Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to Bar Talk Live. Sorry, we had a lot of issues going on technically, but we should be good to go now. But no, as always, I'm Marcus. We got Alan and Ivan here with us as well. Guys, how's it going? Second time around doing this intro, but hey.
Been a long week. Been a long week.
Feeling frosty on my end. Feeling very frosty indeed.
Yeah, definitely a long week. We kind of touched on this, but last week definitely kicked my butt for sure with draft night. Those of you that tuned in, pretty
We're
crazy night.
definitely we're definitely wild for us to be doing that on a Thursday. 10
Dude,
shotguns in a row is a record.
I told Ivan
Thursday was. Oh, go ahead, my bad.
honestly, I don't even want to look at that last like hour and a half of the stream because
Dude,
I know we were just.
fucking
We were
rambling.
I'm pretty sure we went on like a 30-minute rant about how grateful we were, which we are, but I
Dude,
swear it
you
was like.
started that rant. It was
I know,
out of nowhere.
but
We were
but then
talking,
everyone
it was
else.
like Marcus in his feels.
But then everyone else jumped in, and so I kept jumping in too, and yeah.
Wendy was like, she was like, y'all shouted me out like 20 times.
Dude, we did. We did.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, but long week. So this week, I did kind of cop out this week. I'm not gonna lie. For my drink of the week, I went ahead and just went with a good old LaCroix. So
Yeah,
that's what I'm
just
sipping on
drinking
tonight.
some electrolytes.
I'm still
Some
back to drinking water,
electrolytes.
man. I'm like heavily dehydrated too, and it's not even funny.
Yeah, I drink a coffee all day. That's the only substance I had consumed prior to this podcast.
Jeez, just
Kind of did
coffee
not feel
today.
like drinking a beer.
Yeah, I did not feel it today either. But no, I think we've got a fun podcast planned out today. Now that we're finally able to get it started and get it up and going. Ivan, do you want to introduce this one? Oh, we got to jump into your dad
I
joke.
want to do my dude. Let me,
Sorry,
dude. I'll throw my
I jumped the
laptop right
gun.
now. You trying to jep the dad joke right now, dude?
I am. I am.
Now we will do the dad joke. Okay.
All right, what you got?
I went out with a one-legged girl once who worked in a brewery.
Okay.
You ready? You ready?
Yeah.
She was in charge of the hops.
Oh my god. That's actually that's
That's
actually
pretty
pretty.
good.
Yeah,
Hops, IPA,
I like
beer.
that
It's a
one.
perfect bar joke.
Yeah.
Get it? You get it. If you don't, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, that was I like that one. You got to give you credit to that one. Made me chuckle for sure.
Thank you.
But all
Okay,
right,
now do
now
you
that
want me
we've
to
got the
introduce
dad
it?
joke, yeah. You want to go ahead and introduce what we're doing this episode?
So we're kind of like it's a parallel to last week's episode. We did. Uh, do you remember what was the categories for last week? I don't even remember.
I
So
think it
last
was
So
week we had
okay.
overrated, underrated, must watch, and then kids movies. So
So last week's theme was movies. This week's theme we decided on TV shows to kind of
yes,
just a parallel to what we had done last week. So four categories: favorites, hated, hidden gems, guilty pleasure, and it's built the same as last week. Our top three, then honorable mention. So it should be fun, and I am ready to bash everybody's opinions. And I am
I
ready
think
to
you
be
are.
bashed.
I think I got
Please
some good
bash me.
picks. I think I got some good picks this time around. There might be one or two hot takes, but I think it's pretty tame for the most part. But
I don't know,
Uh,
Marcus. You had a pretty controversial first round of yours. So
yeah,
yeah.
this
Well,
first
we're
round
starting off
is
with favorites, so I mean,
yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say
it be
this
too
first round
bad.
shouldn't be as controversial, but
hope not.
who wants to start off with their favorites? I mean,
I
Uh,
started last week, so
I'll
somebody
start
else
it.
start.
all
I'll
right,
start it.
Alan. All right, go ahead,
I
start
get
us
it
off.
out. Let's see. Come on,
Okay,
Let's see
Dad.
what you got.
we going one at a
Should we
time, or how do you want to do this?
Just one at a time, like we did last week. Around the
Yeah.
table.
So has to be one of them. Can y'all hear me good?
Stay in front of your computer, bro. Don't be
Can y'all
moving
hear me
around.
better now?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. So my number one TV show, my number one show, if y'all know me, people that know me, Wendy that knows me, my friends, my family, one TV show that I am always watching is Family Guy.
That is very true. Dude, you watch that
Family
show in your
Guy.
truck.
I
Weak as
watch that
hell.
show in my truck. I watch that show
Yeah.
when I'm sad.
While
I
he's
watch that show
driving.
when I'm
Weak
happy.
as hell. Weak as hell.
I have grown up on Family Guy, and Family Guy has grown with me. I kind of lost some of it right around the time, like 2018. They started making some really weird episodes. Uh, but I think I know every episode from like season 1 to about season 10. I could name every episode. Well, not off the bat, but like if it were to come on, if I were to see the intro of it like on TV, I'd be like, oh, that this episode's about this. Oh, that episode's right about that. So, Family Guy, my number one most favorite TV shows.
Okay. Interesting.
Basic.
I enjoy me
Go.
some Family Guy too. I don't know if I'd put it up there in my favorites though.
Yeah.
It's
All right,
just
go, Marcus.
sometimes,
Go.
yeah. As I say, it's just sometimes the humor misses for me. But for my first pick for my favorites, I'm gonna go with a classic, The Sopranos. It's such
Okay. Dude, you can't go. You can't go wrong.
you
with that.
can't
You
go.
can't
I
go wrong
mean,
with that.
stellar cast, amazing performances through and through. I mean, the thing that I loved the most about it was that you're looking at this guy Tony Soprano, right? And the whole idea of the show that he's, you know, dealing with all this stress and anxiety from living this like mob life and his traumatic past and stuff, and he's going to see a shrink, and it's very taboo to do so in the mob, and
It's
it's
like a
looked down
spin
upon,
on
and
modern mobism. Mobism.
exactly. And James Gandolfini, R.I.P. But man, he can act like you feel like he is Tony
You feel
Soprano.
like
Everything I've seen him in after, I'm like, oh, that's Tony Soprano, like through and through.
He killed it.
Yeah.
Someone said that like in an interview. He said someone like an actual mob boss called him and was like, "Don't wear shorts. Mob boss don't ever wear shorts."
Yeah, supposedly that they talked to they gave him a lot of tips for
Yeah, and I believe
Yeah.
he
that like
enjoyed the show.
I believe in another life he probably would have been a mob boss. He probably is one.
The 1940s, maybe
Was.
Yeah.
1950s. The mob
No,
ruled New York in the 60s.
he just played that role so well, and I mean, again, he had a great supporting cast with him. His wife Carmela, don't know if you guys know this, but she's actually in Goodfellas, the Scorsese film.
Really? I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
she plays. I might be mistaken, but she plays Ray Liotta's wife in that one. But really good. So
Yeah, didn't know that. That's good.
yeah,
That's a good pull, Marcus. I like that.
thank you.
My first one, a bit historical. It is on
Okay,
HBO original, and it is Chernobyl. Chernobyl,
that's a good one.
dude, amazing, bro, amazing.
It's yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
and you learn a lot
especially
about Chernobyl that way. I mean, it's a good show.
yeah, especially with it being a limited series. I think they kept it really, I mean, on point the entire run of the show. So great pick there, honestly. I'm telling you, man,
Yeah,
HBO just has some bangers out there.
they do.
HBO
That one's a
does.
good one.
Yeah,
Chernobyl, pretty good one. If you're historical, a good one to watch.
Need to
for
check it
sure.
out. Yeah, I like historical shows, so I need to
Yeah,
think I definitely
it's
need to check it.
pretty good, man.
Let's see here. So this one was kind of controversial to me, but this is my number two most favorite TV show. I was kind of going back and forth on this number two and number three, but my number two is George Lopez.
George Lopez. Okay.
George Lopez. No, Ivan, bro.
Whack as hell,
George
man.
Lopez, bro, fed families back in
Respect
the
the
day, bro.
fucking taste, bro. You fucking
Bro,
late night TV. What the hell?
bro,
Ah, bro. Fucking
George
no taste
Lopez,
having ass, yo.
George Lopez,
Damn.
George Lopez literally like filled a hole in me that I never knew the hole was there.
Whoa.
No
Whoa,
pause.
that's crazy. That was crazy.
But George
That was out of
Lopez,
left field.
I grew up watching that like at night, like I said, waking up at like 2 in the morning with your TV on, hearing the dun 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 dun.
This
You
fool,
know what I mean?
this
But
fool,
then
this,
growing up, I never really paid attention to it. But like now that I'm older, I remember I sat there and started watching it and realizing how funny George Lopez was back in the day. Nowadays, I hear he's not too good, but the George Lopez show, the original one, y'all give that a chance. Y'all will enjoy it now that y'all are
dude, I
older.
think everybody's seen it, bro. This is on Nick at Night.
Bro, it's one of my all time favorites, bro. Like George Lopez.
I mean, I definitely like George Lopez. I don't know if I'd put it up there as one of my favorite shows,
At
though.
all. At
That's
all.
it's a bold take, but I'm interested to see what you have at number 3. Honestly,
Number one and number two were pretty solid for me. The number three was kind of just going back and forth because I just barely started watching this three. Wendy barely got me to start watching it, so that's why I was like, ooh. But
okay,
number two, I have to give it to George Lopez for me. So
okay. I'll respect the take. I'll respect it.
Hit it, Marcus. Need to
So,
hear something else.
okay. Hopefully, this one's a little bit better. My number 2 for my favorite TV shows, Ted Lasso.
Okay,
I,
I like that. That's a good pull.
I've seen pretty good. I've
So,
seen a lot of scenes from there, and it is pretty good.
I love that show. That
dude,
show's fucking
Ted
phenomenal.
Lasso, the way it's able to balance both comedy and these like serious dramatic moments is just a masterclass in the works. I mean, Jason Sudeikis, my God, the guy's a
Hilarious.
genius. Yeah, I don't think anybody else could play Ted Lasso like he did. And the fact
Dude,
that this all came
hilarious.
from what, like a commercial, right? I'm pretty sure that's how the show started. It was a commercial where he played Ted Lasso, or like a dancing coach, and yeah, it got picked up as like an actual show. And I mean, supporting cast there is amazing as well. Glad they're coming back for a 4th season. Actually, the thing that made me think about Ted Lasso and put it up here is that I'm about to start rewatching the show from the beginning, and I was like, man, I had such a good time watching it the first time around. So, and it's definitely one of those that I can just go back to and just watch and kind of put on whenever. But that's my number 2 pick. So,
That's solid. That's solid. I'll give you that one. That's solid. I think my number 2 pick speaks for itself. Starring Cillian Murphy, Peaky
oh my
fucking
God,
Blinders.
Peaky Blinders is a good one.
I love that.
Peaky
That's
Blinders
Yeah.
all
is
to
a good one.
say. It's all you need to know. The Peaky fucking Blinders.
Yep.
Phenomenal show. Loved it. For some reason, when I watched it drunk, I felt empowered. Love the Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders is a good one. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Peaky fucking Blinders. Yeah, that's
So
a solid pick.
No fight.
funny enough, that is actually my 3rd pick as well for my favorites.
Damn,
So
Marcus.
yeah. So yeah, Peaky. I mean, Cillian Murphy, Tom Hardy. I mean, you have an amazing supporting cast as well. I know I keep saying supporting cast, but got to give credit to where it's due because I mean, Cillian Murphy does a fantastic job with it, but the guys that play his brothers, incredible job. Like,
Dude, yeah, no, for
oh,
real. Favorite season?
I kind of want to go with season 3.
Which one's that one?
That's
Russians?
the. I thought.
Or no,
I thought season
is
3
that
was
the
with the wedding, right?
No, that's not season 3.
Okay, well, whichever one was the.
I thought
Is
season
that?
3 was. I thought season 3 was the. We don't even know. It's been a while since I watched it all.
Yeah.
Uh, I thought season 3 was the Vendetta with the Italians.
See, I thought that was season like season 4 or 5.
No, because he gets married in season 2.
Oh, is season 2 when he gets married?
Pretty sure.
But no, Adrian Brody's in that season though with the Vendetta. Oh my god.
Dude, that's fucking
He
the
does.
last scene. Get on your knees and fucking sign.
Yeah.
Then he stands up. He says he's all big fuck small. This is
Yeah.
gangster, bro. It's gangster.
Great show though. So
Y'all are making my list look weak, bro. It is weak, I guess.
You got no
It's
taste,
fucking-
bro.
I guess I'll give y'all my number 3. And this show,
Alright.
I fell in love with this show. I always saw it, and I never really gave it a chance. I'd always see it, and I was like, eh. But Friends, I don't know. I mean, everyone's seen Friends. Everyone
that's a
loves Friends.
that's a good
That's a good
pick,
one.
Alan. That's a
That's
good pick.
one.
And Wendy, like, because the way it works, when I go and see Wendy, like, she will put on a TV show, and at first I'm not like, I don't know about it, and then I'm like into it. There's a couple more on this list that I will point out that she introduced me to, but Friends, I never gave it a chance until she showed it to me, and I love it. So,
Dude,
I mean, there are Friends. I can say Friends almost speaks for itself as well. So,
so funny, dude.
Friends is a
We
classic.
were on a break. Oh my gosh, that shit is hilarious, bro.
And I'll tell you what, it
Chandler's
makes
little
me feel
jokes
better
here and
about
there.
my life.
Yeah,
Knowing that I think the first season when they're starting out, they're like 26, 27. I'm like, all right, I got some time to catch up here. So,
okay. Well, I'm not that old, but
Oh, damn.
God.
you could tell, like, just literally, like, from where they started to like where they like the last episode, like how old they got, like how old,
Oh,
like
yeah.
like their lives, and like it almost like they grew up with it.
Very well
Wendy,
written.
Wendy says they were definitely not on a break.
I think they were on a break. That episode is hilarious. That one and the one where they win the apartment,
Oh, yeah.
where they have
From
to
Monica.
switch. Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
my god! And then when when Rachel's giving birth and Ross is all, dude, it's hilarious, bro. It's such a funny show.
Yeah,
I always
Friends,
loved the London episode.
the
Just
London
Joey in London.
That
Oh,
one.
my God.
Joey.
God.
I always thought how beautiful it was that Chandler just was like always looking out for Joey. Even if, when they get the house, he's like, "You want to check out your room?" And he's like, "I get a
Yeah.
room." I was like, "That's so sweet of him."
Yeah.
You know, he always knew that Joey was gonna. And it's for I was telling Wendy about this. I was like, I think there's a specific reason they went with Joey with the spinoff. I mean, even though the spinoff didn't work out, but I mean, Joey was probably the funniest guy.
It's fan favorite for
Yeah.
sure.
Chandler, I feel like Chandler and Monica might have been a better choice, but I don't know.
I mean, it would have been easier to kind of catapult into that with, like, their next chapter. But,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
but no, Alan, solid pick. Got to give you credit on that.
sure. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So
You want to jump
I
into your
guess
honorable
we-
mention?
Me?
Yeah.
I guess we can go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I'll do the honorable mention. My honorable mention, because this is another one that Wendy introduced me to, of course. And this one, I had trouble putting this one on my number 3, but I feel like these two are very acclaimed. They speak of themselves, like just the name of them. They speak enough for themselves. The Office.
Okay.
The Office.
That's
The Office is to me was freaking hilarious. And then when Michael left, that's when I was kind of bummed out. But like at the very end, the ending of the series, like broke like it just hit me in a different spot to where I was like, Michael came back and he was just like so happy to see everyone. It's like his scene, or what it was his like last words. He's like it's like you have kids, you watch your kids grow up and they all marry each other or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But The Office, Great show. Great show.
Yeah, that's again, that is actually one of my honorable mentions for this list. I knew I had to put it on
Wow.
there somewhere, but I didn't want to put it as one of my favorites because I had others that I think top that. I mean, arguably. So I knew I had to put The Office in my honorable mentions because it's one that I can just go back and rewatch. I think I've seen it at least like 5 times through already, start to finish. And it's just one that I can just throw on whenever and just not even have to, worry about where in the season we're at and kind of like what's going on. But it's just one of those nice casual shows.
So that's
And it's
I
funny because
have
hilarious.
I first started watching Steve Carell in that, and then I just told y'all that I told y'all earlier yesterday, I think, that I watched Beautiful Boy.
Yes.
And watching Steve Carell in that compared to like in The Office, crazy to me.
The
Crazy.
man can
But
act. The man
yeah.
can act.
I've never watched The Office through. I've
Really.
never attempted it. I mean, I've seen episodes here and there, but I've never attempted to watch it through. I don't think I ever will. I feel like it's just I've seen too much of it on social media. I feel like there's no point now, personally. That's just how I feel. I don't think it's a bad show. I definitely think it's funny, but I don't think I'd
Yeah.
watch it willingly.
I mean, after Michael leaves, it definitely takes a drop in quality, I think. And honestly, they were being a little too greedy from my perspective. They should have just ended it there. Um, I think that last episode in the last season does a great job at wrapping things up, but it could have been done a lot sooner.
Oh
So,
yeah, for sure, for sure. But I mean,
but
you are right. I mean, they were trying to money grab. So
yeah, I mean, it was like one of the hottest shows out at the time. So,
I guess the next two are on me, huh?
yeah, go for it.
These kind of can go either way between
Okay,
three and honorable mention, but Stranger Things, really
there you
loved
go.
it.
I was wondering if you were going to pull that one out.
I think like the last two seasons have been great.
Yeah.
The last season for sure. The episodes are long. There's 8 of them. But I just love how much content we're getting, like how much they're giving us. Like I'm
Dude,
really
each
enjoying
each
it.
episode was like a movie
Dude,
and
yeah.
perfect.
I have
I'm
yet to
super
watch.
excited for the You've never watched it?
You,
Bro, I
you got to
started
give it
watching
a
that when we
shot.
were in high school, bro.
Yeah, I know. That's one thing, and I remember that people were like complaining about how long it's been taking for it to come out, like these new episodes and stuff. So maybe that's why. Maybe I'm more of a binge watcher. I want to watch the whole series if I can. Like if I fall in love with the series, I want to be able to fall to like watch the whole series at one go. Not have to wait for any new episodes to come out.
I feel
If that
that.
makes sense.
I guess that's fair. I'm like that with anime, so that's fair. I understand where you're coming from on that.
Yeah, I
But
mean, with streaming nowadays, that's kind of how a lot of people's perspectives has shifted. Like because all this stuff is already accessible and ready for you just to binge. And yeah, but there's definitely shows where I'm like, yeah, this is definitely worth waiting for and letting them take the time to cook it up. So
luckily for you, Alan, the last season ends this year, so you can definitely binge watch the whole thing.
They're about to. I'm about to say they're about to finish it off, aren't they?
yep,
Yeah, this year, the end of this year, I believe.
hopefully. So
And here's my honorable mention. Really loved the first season. I really like what they're doing with the second season. We need the second half of it to come out at the end of the
I think I
year.
know what you got.
Squid Game.
Oh,
Love
okay.
Squid Game.
That is not what I
Love
thought.
Squid Game.
I have
Just
yet
thought
to
it was
watch it
great.
either.
You haven't watched Squid
Dude, how
Games?
have you not watched Squid Game, bro?
My sister was like
Alan,
this.
Ah,
My
that is
sister was like dissing on me.
crazy.
She was dissing on me the other day, actually, too.
Alan, you got to
Yo,
turn
the
off the
first
Family
season
Guy and
is
the George Lopez for a
gas.
bit.
You gotta expand your broaden your horizon, man. Gotta expand your taste. You're missing on some classics.
No, yeah, Squid Games is amazing. The cliffhanger that we're left on at the end of season 2. God, I'm so ready for season
Pissed.
3.
Pissed, bro. Pissed. I was very
And
upset
and
by
I
that.
remember I was watching that last episode, and I kept kind of like checking how much time was left in it because I was like, "There's no way they're going to be able to wrap up what's going on right now." in this amount of time that's left in the show. And I was like, damn.
Dirty cliffhanger, bro. Dirty
Yeah,
cliffhanger.
for
I was
sure.
pissed.
So y'all seen season 2 then already?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
me too. I mean, I'm caught up.
I actually have one more honorable mention that I want to throw out there. Another HBO show, but it's a newer one too, but it's going to be one of my favorites, Succession. I don't know if you guys have seen it, heard it, but
Succession. I don't think I've heard
yeah,
of that.
it's about
No, yeah.
the Roy family. They own like a giant media conglomerate, and it's just it's a show about a power struggle. So the dad, he's the CEO, and he's grown ill, and they're trying to figure out who's going to take over next. But all the kids are pieces of shit. They don't know. They can't run this company, and he doesn't want to let them run it. And so it's just a big conflict throughout the entire show. But it's an amazing
Oh,
show.
that's crazy, bro. 8.8 on IMDb is crazy.
Yeah, it's a good show. But,
Damn, I need to watch that. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah.
Damn, I need to look at that. I need to watch that. You know what's another honorable mention I had? I didn't have it
What's
written
that?
down, but you ever watch The Queen's Gambit on Netflix?
I didn't. Was that the chess one?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I never watched that one.
Talk about gas, bro. That motherfucker is gas, dude. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like how it's like basically she came up playing chess in a men's game, essentially is the way that the way it's like based. She goes and plays against the best in Russia, and like, but at the same time she has a pill addiction. So she's like an addict doing all this crazy stuff. It's phenomenal, bro. Phenomenal.
Is it supposed to be set like in modern times, or is it kind of like a?
Like it's early, like 80s, 70s.
Oh, okay. So not too far back.
Yeah, it's maybe a little earlier than that, but it's legit, bro. It's I remember binge watching it so hard when it came out. But yeah, I'd say that's probably one of my other favorites too. I'd probably put that up there.
All right.
Four of them are off from Netflix, so Netflix can make some pretty good shows, in my opinion.
Yeah, they definitely can. They definitely had some misses, but yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't do Abbott Elementary, Marcus.
That's later.
Yeah, shut up, Alan.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Jeez, you're spoiling my list.
Let's get to the fucking hated, bro. Let's talk about these hated shows.
Yeah, let's talk some shit now.
So this one might be a little controversial. Some people hated it. I didn't like it. I thought I liked it at first. But it turns out I hated it because of the inaccuracy in it. But Landman, I don't know if y'all heard
my gosh, bro.
It's
a Hollywood show. It's not supposed to be accurate.
Hated it. I did not enjoy it. I mean, there were some scenes in it that I was like, okay, I understand it. But Landman, to me, it was just a money grab for something. So,
bro,
I'll leave it at that.
Sheridan, all his shows
that's such a crazy take.
It's so nuts. It's TV, bro. You're not supposed to compare it. It doesn't say based on the oil field. There's just
some things in there that you're like, you have to have common sense. Like you wouldn't hit
whatever with the wrench.
That's known to you because you work in the oil field, bro.
These dudes died because Hollywood made them die. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, that's the point.
These dudes died but if they had common sense, they wouldn't have died. So that's my take on that.
Okay,
that's
fair. That's a hot take. Hot take. So next up, I don't know if you guys are fans of the show, so I don't know how you guys are going to take this, but my number one hated TV shows is The Big Bang Theory. I just could not get into this show at all. I would watch it, and I would just get so annoyed with the characters. The whole Bazinga thing was fucking stupid. Like, that's a terrible catchphrase. Like, I don't even know what that is.
Whoa, we gotta take a step back, bro. You
Hey,
just offended a very large community, bro.
hey, and
Holy
why do you think it's on my number one?
wow,
And
I mean,
bro,
okay,
that's
I can't say
crazy.
that I'm a lover of the Big Bang Theory because I mean I'm not crazy about it, but I mean I don't think I hate it. It gave us a young Sheldon.
I was gonna say
God, what
it's
a
funny because I hate Big Bang Theory, but I don't mind Young Sheldon.
oh, okay, that's crazy,
And
bro.
you're
I
stupid.
mean, what are we doing? I
Chaka
mean,
Yeah,
Chaka Chaka says I'm with you there, Marcus.
yeah, that show is whack. Yeah,
it's crazy. I'm fucking sick right now. That's wild.
hey,
Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna go.
go for it.
For me, this show, I just don't like the way they use people to make content.
Okay.
Even though I mean some skits are funny, but you know these are people and it's real life. I hated Jerry Springer. I do not
Yeah,
like the way they took advantage of people.
It's trashy.
yeah. I
Trashy.
mean, it's trashy
Not a
daytime
big Jerry
television.
Springer guy, man. Some people loved it, but I just there's real repercussions to what happens on that show.
I
Those are
mean,
people, man. So I just didn't like it. I mean, never really watched it either. I just trashy.
yeah. I say that's a solid choice. I could never get into those types of shows like Maury, R.I.P. Maury, but couldn't get into that. So
Yeah, that that's a solid take. That's a solid take.
for sure.
Um, so my number two doesn't retain to like a specific series, but it retains to the new episodes that are coming out right now because it's ruining my childhood and this is not what I remember it being. But
Okay.
any new SpongeBob episodes that are coming out right now, I don't know if you've seen them or if y'all seen how creepy they are or how weird they are. That wasn't when I grew up watching. These kids shouldn't be watching that. So I just recently saw like a clip of one of them, and I was like, "What the hell are they showing these kids now?" And I hate it. I hate it. It's killing my inner child. It killed my inner child, and I was like, "This isn't what I grew up watching." So
That
Yeah, I
weird
mean,
ass take.
that show's been running for how long now, though? Like,
yeah, it's
Long
true,
time.
but I hate it. I hate it. I hate what it's doing to Nickelodeon. I hate what it's doing to me. I hate what it's doing to my inner child. Now for sure. I remember back in the day they'd say like, I wouldn't let my kid watch that back in the day. Not for sure. I wouldn't let my kid watch that. I wouldn't let my dog watch that.
God.
it's funny you say that because just today I saw a tweet about the new Dora the Explorer and how they like redesigned her, and that redesign looks wild. And yeah, I mean, these shows have to evolve over time. I mean, any animated show goes through their changes, but poor old SpongeBob had to get it. So
Wild take.
very wild. But this one might top it. So I hope you're ready.
Oh my
Knowing y'all
god.
motherfuckers, it probably will. Oh man.
So I want to preface this by saying this was a show that I initially really liked. I thought it was super funny, but then I tried rewatching it again, and I just couldn't find the humor in it. And I've kind of like re-looked at it, and I was like, honestly, not as good as I remember it being. And that show is Parks and Recreation.
I literally have that as my number three.
Really?
Yeah. It is. I remember watching it, like bits and pieces of it, and I revisited it not too long ago. And I was like, you know what? It's not really like exactly how you're saying. It's not really that funny. It's not as what I remember it being.
Yeah. Ivan's got a
So,
face of disapproval over there.
yeah, yes.
I've never watched it through, but the episodes I have seen I've thoroughly enjoyed. Y'all are whack. That's all I have to say about that. All I have to say.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm with you there,
Whack as
Marcus.
hell.
I'm with you
yeah,
there.
yeah. It just wasn't one that, like I said, I watched it once, loved it, then I watched it again, and it just for whatever reason, and I don't know, maybe it's because I can go back and watch The Office 4 or 5 times through and still laugh at those moments, but this one I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's like a one time hit or miss. You know, like it's either
Yeah,
you laugh at it and then, but the Office always has funny moments. Like even if you know what's gonna happen, like it's hilarious. Like
yeah,
Crazy. Um, just gonna go ahead and say mine.
yeah. Go for it.
Um, so I don't know when it's like 2, 3 years ago, and it's gonna be a monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. It was just
mm,
really super like
yeah.
graphic.
Yeah,
I got halfway through, really couldn't do it. It's one thing to talk about it, on a case level, but to reenact some of the stuff and like I couldn't do it. That's why it's number 2 for me. I couldn't do it, and it was just too much, I think.
yeah. I watched like the first 2 or 3 episodes, like right up to where he got arrested, and I was like, yeah, this is way more than I thought it would be.
For
Yeah,
So
sure.
yeah.
You
I
get
think I
more than
watched
you
like
bargained for.
I think I
yeah,
watched like the first 2, 3 episodes too, and I felt very uncomfortable after that. And I was like,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So I say that's a solid pick for sure.
yeah, for sure. I think that's pretty good
It's
right there. I
valid.
like
It's
that.
valid.
Yeah.
But going into my third one, it kind of pains me to say this because I love my HBO shows, but this is one that's a lot of people have talked about. They just released the third season. Another show that's had a lot of hype around it, and
Oh, I think
I don't care for it. I watched the first season, thought it was okay, never cared to watch the other seasons, and it's White Lotus.
okay. No, that's not the one I was thinking.
Haven't seen it. A lot of buzz, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
And they have a lot of big name actors that are going into it, but like I said, it just wasn't a show for me. I was going into it really excited. Again, HBO show. I love my HBO shows, and it just did not hit for me, and I can't really explain why. I mean, the comedy in it was a little bit different, so maybe that's why. Maybe it just wasn't my comedic taste, but yeah, it just didn't quite hit it for me. So kind of simple as that.
It's valid.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
Um, y'all want me to go, or
Well,
what I
What do
Alan.
want to
you,
say is honorable
you want?
mention?
Yeah.
You want?
'Cause I'm on
Okay.
3. You just said your third one. That's what I'm saying.
Well, my third one was Parks and Recreation. So
That's what
I
I'm
just have.
saying. We
Yeah, go ahead and go.
talked about it already. You want me to go
Yeah,
ahead and go? Okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
This is every Hispanic kid probably knows of this show,
I think
knows
I know where
of
you're
the
going.
show. It's super dramatic for no reason. Hashtag Eres Emo.
What is it?
La Rosa de Guadalupe. La Rosa de
Uh,
Guadalupe.
that's
That
that's
show
valid.
was absolutely ridiculous.
It was,
I'm guessing
bro.
it's a daytime drama.
It's.
Dude,
I don't even know if drama's the name for it, bro, because it's
just
like,
like scenarios, bro.
yeah,
Like,
What?
it's like negative
so weird.
scenarios that happen in people's lives, and then like, okay, so like it's pretty much religious too, because pretty much they start praying for whatever bad's going on, and like
Uh,
that bad gets fixed. But like the
hmm.
one that Ivan's talking about, they find like an emo magazine in the kid's bedroom, and he's like, "Eres emo, mi niño es emo, eres emo, ay Dios," and the mom's like, "Ay Dios, no, no, no," and it's freaking like hilarious. They try to make it seem so serious, but they're not even like the as bad as they're trying to make it seem so serious. They make it seem hilarious. So like that's a valid
Yeah,
take.
dude.
So they
So
just overdo it.
They overdo it.
They would pray and like a rose would show up,
Yeah.
and then like it would like kind of come to like a resolution. It was
Hmm.
just
Now
like so much. It's just so unnecessary as a show.
Interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've never heard of
that's
that,
my number
but
three. That's my number
okay,
three.
all right.
So I guess we're
So
back to Alan.
Yeah, for honorable
so
mentions.
this one might be controversial as well. This is an HBO series. So Marcus might hate me for this one. I don't know if Marcus watched this one or not.
Okay,
Um, I watched the first couple episodes and just kind of was like, I didn't really like it. There was a lot of hype around it when it came out. I think they're still coming out with it, but Euphoria.
That's
Euphoria is a.
fair. That's fair. I'll give you that. That's fair.
I
Not for
I just
everybody, bro.
it just was
That's
not for
fair.
me, bro. Like I tried. I really did try to watch it, but it just was not.
That's
I mean,
fair.
I don't know.
It's a
I
lot.
think it's a
It's a
good
lot.
show. It's very graphic though, so
Yeah, yeah. It's
It
just
is a
something that
lot.
I was not interested in watching after like the first couple episodes. I think I watched maybe like four, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. So that might be a hot take, but that is my honorable mention. Is
No, for
Euphoria.
sure. I think that's a good one. I
I'll
think
take
for
it.
sure that's not for everybody.
I'll take it. It's not up there as one of my favorites, so I could see it going either way for people. So yeah, I'll take that one. So for my honorable mention, I only have one this round, but this was a show that I was super excited for because it was reviving a show that I watched as a kid, and it's Fuller House.
You didn't like the
I
second one?
I
Oh, I do
loved
know what
Full
you're talking
House.
about.
I
I
love Full
loved
House
Full
too.
House,
You
but
didn't love
Fuller
Fuller House?
House,
Cut it out. Yeah, that's.
th-
Ooh.
they tried too hard. I think a big part missing Michelle. I mean, that's a big part of your show gone, and I don't think they were able to capture that same feeling that the
Oh,
original had, and
dude.
like, I mean,
Dude, I'm gonna
Fuller
the,
add one. I'm gonna add one just off of what you just said now,
okay,
because
Fuller House. I loved Fuller House actually.
it was a disappointment for me. It really was.
Man, don't tell that to Chaka. Chaka will fucking cry.
Because, dude, I mean, Full House, you had these lessons from Danny, like at the end of every episode, or Joey or Uncle Jesse, and
Yeah,
I just feel like with Fuller House, it didn't hit the same. I
I
mean,
mean that. Yeah, I mean I can see that. I don't think I was watching it for the lessons at this point. I think I was watching it for like how you said, it was part of my childhood, so they were remaking it.
yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna rewatch it.
it's fair. I think so. I've got two honorable mentions.
Okay.
Everybody's been raving about this. I get it. I don't know. I just didn't really like it. I don't think it's that funny. The a lot of guys may be like, dude, Hires by Shane Gillis on Netflix. I
Shane
think
Gillis is
the
one of those
show.
comedians,
I think
you
the
know?
show's ridiculous. Did not like it. Did not think it was funny. Hate me, love me for it, but it's just too much. I didn't like it.
Yeah, Shane Gillis is one of those comedians that can be really hit or miss for me. Like, there's bits that I just absolutely love from Shane Gillis, and there's other stuff where I'm just like, that's all right. And I mean, just seeing the trailers for that show, I mean, you kind of see that it wasn't going to be the best. It kind of reminds me of this other show called Tacoma FD, and it's from the guys that did Super Troopers. I don't know if y'all saw that movie. Um,
Yeah, love the
yeah,
movie.
yeah, but they went and they did a show called Tacoma FD, and it kind of has that same exact vibe as Tires. So
Yeah, wasn't yeah. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. And then
I
kind of playing
respect it.
off of what you said about Fuller House, that '90s show,
Mm,
playing off of that '70s show.
yes,
I think they should have just let that '70s show just be as be.
yeah.
Just yeah, it's just not the same. You don't get the same feel from it.
And I mean, that's another show where I think they could have done really good with that 90s show if it was done maybe a little bit sooner. I think that kind of crowd has moved on from that 70s show. and so I think they kind of just missed the mark with that one, or maybe they were trying to go for a new audience, but it just didn't work out the same. So I
Yeah,
respect
so
it.
that was our hated. So on to the
I
next.
I'm excited for this next one. Talk about our hidden gems. I
Come
I
on
definitely
out.
try to I definitely try to find some ones that I don't know if you guys know about, or if you guys do know about, they're a little bit older. So
Alex
I
is gonna be
so
like, "All right, guys, my first one, American Dad."
actually no. So the first one, this one was one that I had never really heard about, and I think I mentioned it to y'all the other day. I don't know if very many people did. I have a couple. I have one on here that I feel like no one's really heard about, but I enjoyed it. Y'all just mentioned. I might as well give y'all both two because y'all just mentioned one of them. The '70s shows was one of the hidden gems that I never heard about.
Oh,
Never
okay.
really heard
okay,
about. So that's why I call it a hidden gem because I never heard about it until I started watching it, and God, it was a good. It's good,
Hilarious, bro.
hilarious.
And one of my
That
favorite scenes is when Fenton and Fez are arguing. He's like, "I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole." Dude,
yeah.
hilarious, bro.
Uh, and so the '70s shows, like I said, I don't think very many people like ever really give it a chance, or I never really saw it, never really heard about it until, well, of course, Wendy showed it to me. So let's shout out her again. And then
Love
this
that
other
show.
one too, New Girl.
Okay, yeah, that's a hilarious as well.
New
yeah.
Girl, hilarious. There is this one scene that I am always, and it might be inappropriate, but how they're talking about like breaking through the wall. She's like, "You got a friendship fist. You gotta break through the wall." And so it's just hilarious. I love New Girl and the '70s shows, so those are my number one and two. So
A new girl, and he's like, "You can only have one wife. That's just the way the world works." Why? Yeah, dude, hilarious, bro. That's good. Two
Yeah,
good
I like
picks,
those
bro. I'll
too.
give you that. Two good
I
picks. I
like those
like
too.
those.
So my first pick for a hidden gem is a show from FX called Reservation Dogs. I don't know if you
Okay, I've
guys.
heard
I
of it.
don't. Yeah.
mm-mm.
So
William Knife Man.
yeah,
Oh, is
yeah.
that what that is?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a great show about these kids living on a reservation in Oklahoma, and it's hilarious. And yeah, I just don't think it had the got the credit that it deserved. Again, it was a network show, and it just came out. I think maybe 2020 is when they first started putting them out. Maybe a little bit later, and I think that's why it's not as well known because it was just on FX. It was just you know, a network television show. It wasn't one that was on Netflix or HBO, but definitely great show. I love it.
Like the pick. I like the pick.
Yeah.
Um. So this one is made by AMC.
Okay.
It's just I think wrapping up its third season, and it's called Dark Winds, about the tribal police on reservations.
Okay.
It's not based on anything. It's
Yeah.
definitely made up.
Mhm.
But it is amazing, dude. It is a very good show. Kind of hard to explain. But as people say, a lot of weird things happen on reservations. It's kind of playing into that. I'm sure tribal police are gonna see a lot of weird things. So they get into a bunch of a bunch of crazy stuff, and it's really good. You'd have to really give it a shot. But definitely a hidden gem. Like I said, they just wrapped up their third season, so
Okay.
people out there definitely do like it. It's rated decently. I loved it. And then, kind of shines a light on the Native American kind of community, I guess.
Dude, and that's
Yeah,
exactly how Reservation Dogs is. And I mean, it's funny that we both pick shows about the reservation. I think it's a
and
solid choice. I
yeah,
mean,
kind of wild. Yeah, you are right.
yeah. After watching Res Dogs, they always talked about fly bread, and I still want to try fly bread. Is it fly bread or fry bread? I think it's fly, but
I don't know.
yeah,
They
Sounds
fry
really
bread in
good.
it.
I don't really know what it is. They just always talk about it. But
All right, Alan, hit it. You're number two. Well, you said two. I guess
Yeah,
we got
it's
to
number
skip
two.
you, huh?
Mhm.
I guess we'll go Marcus again.
all right. So my next one is another HBO show.
Of
Um,
course.
dude, I'm telling you, as I made this list, I was like, I watch a lot of HBO shows.
Fuck, I think I know what you're about to say, bro.
Do you? All right. So this one, 4 seasons, Bill Hader,
Oh, never mind.
Barry. It's a show about an assassin,
Oh,
about an
I do know
assassin,
what you're talking about.
and he ends up wanting to become an actor, and he has a hit that he's supposed to complete out in L.A., and he is supposed to go and assassinate this actor, and he catches him as he's leaving his acting class. Things kind of go wrong with it, um, but he ends up taking the guy's book that he was reading, and he just becomes like enthralled with acting, and he has this crazy like balancing of being an assassin for like these mob bosses as well as trying to become an up and coming actor. Like in one of the seasons he's working at Lululemon, and it's just it's one of the craziest things, but it's such a good show. But
Dude, yeah, I've
yeah,
been meaning to watch Barry, but yeah, Bill
it's
Hader's
a
an
good one.
amazing actor.
Yeah.
May know him from SNL, if people don't know
Mm-hmm.
who Bill Hader
Hot
is.
Rod.
Dude, Hot Rod.
Yeah.
Dude, Hot Rod is hilarious, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Hey,
no,
Rod,
that's my
what's the
number
name of
two.
that song? That shit is so funny, bro.
He's got that
Grandma
saw
got run
blade.
over by a reindeer? No. It's hilarious, bro. I like that pick. That's a good pick.
Yeah,
My
thank you.
second one, I thought you were gonna say this, bro.
Okay.
Vice Principals.
Dude, I
Oh, this
almost put that
show,
on there, but I switched it out for a different show.
dude, that
I,
show is hilarious, bro. Absolutely ridiculous idea of a show. I would
dude,
have never
Danny
watched it
McBride,
had I
Walton
not binged it with
Goggins,
my
my
boy.
God. Yeah.
Dude, those two are fucking hilarious, bro.
And it's such a bingeable show. It's only 2 seasons, and they're not long episodes. I think they're like 30, maybe 40 minutes at max, but they're so good. Walton Goggins definitely steals a show anytime he's on screen, and my God, it's so unhinged. And yes, it's about two vice principals at a high school. So,
Trying to become the principal, and they do
yeah,
whatever they have to do it, and it's just
literally
so
whatever.
ridiculous, bro. Just ridiculous show, but it's
Yeah,
so funny.
yeah.
All
So
right, Alan.
my number three, my number three and my honorable mention, and I kind of went back and forth on these ones. But I think the number three, I kind of discovered this one. I can't remember when I discovered this one. This one actually I discovered on my own, surprisingly. But Raising Hope. I don't know if I've seen that one or heard about it.
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it though.
Raising Hope,
Oh,
surprisingly funny, and it caught my attention for some weird reason. Pretty much, it's a guy that hooks up with this serial killer, this woman, and he gets her pregnant. He gets her literally. This is the first episode. He gets her pregnant, and she he introduces her to the family. The family's like, oh yeah, he finally has someone in his life, and like literally the morning of the next morning they're showing her on the TV, and it's like a wanted because she's a murderer, and so like they're literally she's like, no, don't worry, like they're not gonna kill me, they're not gonna sentence me to death because I'm pregnant. And it's like, you're pregnant? And she's like, yeah. And so like she's like, so don't worry. And then it pans to him holding the baby, and then she's getting electrocuted,
Oh
unfortunately,
God.
right? But like the series and it's just I think it's funny. I think Raising Hope. If y'all haven't seen it, y'all should check it out. I think it's really funny.
I just looked it up. Yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
I've
I have
seen clips
seen
of it.
I've seen clips on TikTok.
Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, that does look like a good series.
yeah,
It's that's a definitely a hidden gem. You got me with that one. Would never thought of that.
yeah. I honestly forgot that show existed. So yeah. Um, my next hidden gem, honestly, kind of bounces off of Ivan. So this is the next show that Danny McBride did. Walton Goggins is in it,
You're lagging a little
and
bit.
oh, can you guys got me okay now?
Looks like it.
Okay,
We missed what you just said.
Yeah.
okay. So my show kind of piggybacks off of Ivan's. So it's Danny McBride's next show that he did with HBO. It's Walton Goggins, and I forget, it's Edie something, but she's in Vice Principals as well. She plays a psychopath, and it's The Righteous Gemstones.
These gemstones. I actually don't know about that.
So that's out on HBO right now. They're wrapping up their fourth and final season. They're airing their finale this Sunday, actually, and it's a hilarious show. It's about think of Joel Osteen, right? The televangelist. It's about like that.
Oh,
So their family owns like this big church, and yeah, they're televangelists. They're filthy rich, have all this money, but they are just like the worst human beings ever. But it makes for such a funny show. And
see,
I mean, again, Danny McBride is a master at what he does at this writing. Edie, I don't remember her name. Edie Patterson, that's her name. Edie Patterson, and she plays one of the sisters. And then Adam Devine is also in it. He plays one of the brothers. And the three of them together, they are just comedic geniuses. And Walton Goggins is in there playing their uncle, and his name is Uncle Baby Billy. And if you guys haven't seen it, at least watch a trailer. It's pretty fucking hilarious. But that's my third hidden gem there.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
I do know what you're talking about. I've seen a couple things of it, but yeah, that's it's not bad at all. So, my third one, it just came out. They just wrapped up um its first season. Um, if you watched, oh, what's it called? If you watch Adult Swim, you've probably seen an episode. Common Side Effects.
Oh
Kind of
yeah.
like it's a play on Big Pharma. They're kind of like doing a
Hmm.
thing where,
That dude with like a big ass head, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So essentially, so it's definitely a play on Big Pharma. So like this guy figures out a way to bring people back to life through a mushroom. And
Okay.
and like the government's trying to squash that. And and then the two cops that are tracking him are like really like they're kind of like good people,
Yeah.
but it's so like the cops are super unserious all the time and they're like always like dancing. It's
What?
pretty good. And then like what, and then a girl that thinks that the main character thinks is his friend is trying to use them to make herself a name in big pharma. So it's like it's a crazy storyline. You'd have to just watch it, but it's definitely kind of like accurate to how it is today. Like big pharma doesn't want to heal things, or they'd rather give you treatments so they can make money off of it. It's definitely a play off of that,
Yeah. I've
and it's
never
pretty
heard of
good
that.
from what I've seen. Gotta give it
I've
a
seen
watch, bro. It's pretty good.
I've seen trailers of it. I've seen trailers of it. Like the previews, I guess, of it. So
Yeah, like I said, they just wrapped up their first season, so
And you
I
said it's
think the
on
show's
Adult
pretty
Swim?
good.
yeah, it's on
It's
Adult
on
Swim.
Max. It's on
It's
Max.
Oh,
like
okay.
it's like it premieres on Adult Smith Swim, and the next day like comes out on
On
Max.
Max.
Yeah,
Okay. Is it that animated one?
yeah, it's like a
Yes.
cartoon. Yeah,
I feel like I've seen the like the title card for it on Max.
Yeah, I'm
Does the
sure
guy
you have.
wear
I'm sure
does the guy
it's
wear like a bucket hat looking type thing?
yeah, red
yeah.
Okay.
shirt,
Okay, yeah.
open.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's exactly what it is. Pretty
Oh,
good
yeah,
though.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, good show.
Um. So my honor, I have only one honorable mention.
Okay.
Um, this I found it while I had COVID back in 2020. I was working at Walmart. So to give you a little insight, I was working at Walmart, and TV show I related to so much because I was working in retail.
I
So
know exactly what you're gonna say.
people that worked in retail will probably relate to this show. But Superstore,
Yeah.
don't know if y'all don't know if y'all seen it, but
Superstore.
Superstore, I found it and I was like, wow, this kind of relates to what I'm going through right now.
Dude,
But
that show is so Walmart. It
it's
is
so,
so
like, literally,
Walmart.
Oh, dude, I've seen clips of it. I've never actually
Yeah.
seen it.
it's really funny. It's really funny. You have to give it a chance. You have to give it a chance. The first season kind of starts off a little slow, but once you get there towards the end, when they're building towards the finale, it gets pretty good. It gets pretty good at the end before season one ends.
Yeah,
So
definitely heard of it. Never did watch it, but
give
yeah,
it a
that's
try.
another.
Give it a shot. Give it a shot, and think you'll like it.
Yeah. No, that's a good one. I do like Superstore. It's very funny. If you've worked in retail, I think
You
you
will.
find it a whole lot funnier
Yeah.
because you're just like, yeah, that sounds about right. But I have two honorable mentions for this one. Um, one is an HBO show. The other is
Of
not.
course. Of
So,
course.
so the first one is it's an older show, Entourage. It's produced by Mark Wahlberg. Um,
Entourage.
yeah,
Entourage.
it's an older one, so that's why I kind of thought I'd throw that one out there. It was
It
really
sounds
big
familiar.
when it came out. Yeah, so it's about this actor in Hollywood. He's trying to make it big. He ends up doing it like in the first season, and it's just him and his buddies living there in Hollywood. They go to movie premieres. They go to these um, film festivals, and it just really explores like the ins and outs of the industries, and it has a lot to do with his agent too. He's a big part of the show, but really good show, really funny. Older for sure, but it's funny because it's actually supposed to be loosely based off of Mark Wahlberg's experience in Hollywood, because he is like an executive producer on the show, and one of the characters in the show is named Johnny Drama, and that's actually one of his friends in real life. So it's kind of funny, but
To give that a watch.
yeah. And my second honorable mention, this is a Netflix show, fairly new. It's a limited series, so it's only 4 episodes long. So that's why I kind of threw it in as an honorable mention here. But it's called Adolescence. Um,
Dude, I
it
thought about
had some
watching
big
that.
buzz. It had some big buzz around it recently, but my God, it is. So, for one, cinematic masterpiece. Each episode is about an hour long, and the entire episode is a one take shot. So, it's following, person A for like 10 minutes, and it's kind of going through, and then it'll switch to following somebody else, like as they're passing by each other, and they'll start to follow somebody else and go through that path. And they just find a lot of creative ways to shoot this on a single take, and it's fascinating to watch. I love the technical aspect of it. I watched a lot of behind the scenes on it, a lot of different camera tricks they had to work around. Um, but
Oh,
the core of the show is about this kid who is being accused of murdering a classmate. It's a UK show, but it's phenomenal. It's a bit of a darker show. It kind of handles um, like the whole alpha male type thing and Andrew Tate type stuff right now. It's kind of going on, but great show. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely give it a shot. I think the first episode, the first 10, 15 minutes will draw you in.
I gotta watch it.
Listens.
I I I
Yeah,
I stop by it every time when I get on Netflix, and I'll watch the trailer. And I never pull the trigger. I think I'll watch it soon for sure.
yeah,
I guess it's up to me.
yes, sir.
The last two, or well, I have two. Um, I don't know if it's really hidden gems. Some people may know about it, some people not. It's pretty good. It's got a lot more buzz as the seasons have gone on. I was introduced to it, I think 2021, 2022. Um, my first one is The Boys.
Hmm.
That
Oh,
show
yeah,
is fucking badass. It's where kind of like the opposite. Like the superheroes are really the villains,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's
That,
such a good show, dude. I mean, the whole concept behind it is insane, and yeah, it's just one guy just trying to take down superheroes,
yep.
and he builds an
It,
entourage of people that have been wronged by superheroes, and it's just normal people versus superheroes, and it's such a crazy concept. It is so good. So the boys, if you haven't watched it, give it a watch. It's
I like that.
legit,
That's a good pick. It's a
action
good pick.
packed. You won't regret it. Um,
Yeah.
my second one is kind of like a true crime one, based on a true story out of
Okay.
California. This is kind of what started, whole serial killer thing. It's called Night Stalker on Netflix. I think it's 3 or 4 episodes. But this is kind of what starts the whole like serial killer thing.
Okay.
Um, so this guy, he was a Satanist. So that's where it starts. He was a Satanist. He was breaking into people's homes in the middle of the night and bashing their heads in and beating them to death and then shooting them.
Damn.
And during LA, he was terrorizing LA in the 70s. So like the fear of him and the fear of serial or it was like pre-serial killers. Like this was the first time it's ever happened.
Yeah.
This was at a time when people started locking their doors because of what was going on. You know, he would abduct children, he would rape them and then release them. I mean, it was crazy what he was doing, but he was going all throughout California doing this. I think he killed over 10 people in the middle of the night,
Damn.
just targeting random houses going in. And eventually they caught him. But it's dude, I mean, it's crazy how they went through all the police work they had to go through just to catch him. Because, he didn't have forensics, so you were trying to just catch him messing up back then. I mean, it's insane. It's true crime. If you like true crime, great little documentary on Netflix. Um, yeah, I thought it was. I've watched it a couple times. It's pretty insane. I really loved it. But The Night Stalker, and if y'all haven't seen it, give it a watch. It's a good watch. It's insane. You'll learn a lot.
I definitely feel like I've heard about it, like around whenever it came out, but yeah, it's not one that I've checked out yet. So
It's
Yeah, I don't think I've
insane.
seen it.
Gotta give that a watch, man. But that wraps up hidden gems. So,
yes,
the last category.
now we're on to the guilty pleasure shows.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
oh my
so
God.
I was telling the boys, I had a problem. I had like not a problem, but I had a little bit of issue trying to figure out what guilty pleasure really meant. But so by guilty pleasure, to me, it means like something that I just find comfort in watching, something that I don't mind going back and watching because I find comfort in it or something. Maybe that's what I feel like guilty pleasure means to me. It's something that maybe I go back to and watch it just because even how bad it is or how many times I watch it, however old it is or how crude it is or how childish it may be or whatever, I will watch it. So to me, my number one guilty pleasure is Rick and Morty.
Okay.
Rick and Morty. Rick and
Rick.
Morty.
Not a lot of people like it. Not a lot of people. Some people think it's weird. Some people think it's different. But
Dude, I love Rick and Morty.
I love it.
how,
I love
how do
Rick
you
and
feel about
Morty.
it now with the voice actors switch up?
I didn't really notice it at first, but the more I started to pay attention to it,
The
I
more
was
you watch it, you
yeah,
definitely can tell. But I mean, they're still gonna come up with absurd stories,
yeah.
so you
I
know.
think they're releasing the next season this sometime this summer.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
soon. Actually, in May. They're
yeah.
releasing it
Oh,
in May.
yeah. So here pretty soon. But Rick and Morty has always been something that I've always just gone back to, no
It's
matter.
super trippy, dude. The first
Yeah,
time I ever watched it, I was like, man, this show ain't gonna be shit. And I started watching it, and I was like, bro, what the hell? Like, they really come at it a lot of things,
yeah. No, for sure.
and it's pretty insane. But yeah, that's a good one. I like Rick and Morty. That's a good pick.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, to credit you there, Alan. I mean, I think a good way to define guilty pleasures is show that you enjoy that other people might not hold as high. As far as like what they enjoy watching. So I think that's a great pick there. Because I mean, yeah, Rick and Morty is definitely not for everyone. Um, all I got to say is Scary Terry, definitely the goat.
Oh,
Scary
bitch.
Terry, bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, bitch.
Oh,
Oh,
bitch.
bitch. Yeah.
And we
But
got you, bitch. And we're here.
my guilty pleasure show is Below Deck. It's a show about people that work on a super yacht.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It is some trashy TV, but by God, is it entertaining? I mean, it it's just one of those shows. It's on I think it's on Bravo, but I watch it off of Peacock, and it's so out there. But I mean, it's one of those trash reality TV shows. I mean, it follows a yacht crew on their charter season, and they have all these different guests, and you know, it's a lot of fun, but definitely a guilty pleasure for sure. Actually, I think I made Alan watch it one night uh, in San Antonio at the hotel room.
I might have been too drunk to remember.
Yeah, possibly. That was after we finished all those Guinnesses. So
Yeah. Definitely, I don't remember.
yeah.
That's hilarious. Um, this one I maybe get judged on. Hopped on this train late.
Okay,
I think the show's just so gangster. Um, it's a pretty big show, so you're gonna as soon as I say it. Um, but fucking Yellowstone, dude. I mean, is that not a gangster ass show? Like
dude, that is a good
dude,
show.
I
My
think that show is just so crazy. Like I hopped on the train so late, bro. I
It's
think that
such a
show
good
is
show.
fucking sweet though. Like I think I haven't even finished it. But, like whenever I'm like just don't know what to watch, like I'm like, I've been putting this aside for a long time. I'll just watch a couple episodes of Yellowstone and I'll just forget about it. But I'll be so juiced. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm fucking hyped right now.
Makes me want
For
to
me,
be a
it's
cowboy.
Yellowstone, man. Dude, son of a bitch. Just dude, this one was classic. You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Fucking Jamie's bitch ass.
Hey, okay. So real talk though, that show is actually what made me start drinking Coors Banquets. The
You never
amount of
drank
Coors
before?
Banquets. No, and I mean
Wow.
this is about the well. I started watching it as it was coming out, so this was about the time that we had started hanging out, and yeah, Coors Banquets. I was just like
Those yellow
jumped right
bellies.
into it. Yeah, Yellow Bellies. But no, I like that. That's a damn good pick, Ivan.
Yeah, it's just like I know it probably doesn't deserve to be a guilty pleasure, but it's for me, my preference. I just think
Yeah.
that show is so gangster. I love that show.
So I'm going to include the first. We haven't. I know. I'm surprised Ivan hasn't included any, but I'm going to include the first anime cartoon.
Okay.
Um, this one, I just no matter how many times I watch it, no matter however many times I go through it, no matter how whatever, I will sit there and I will rewatch it from the beginning to the very end. And some of these episodes, some of these series goes on for a long time, and
I think I know.
I
I
will
think I
not
know.
hesitate. I will not hesitate to sit there and watch it. But Dragon Ball,
Not a big Dragon Ball guy, but I understand.
Dragon Ball from since I was little to now, I will sit there and I will watch it and I will not care who has an opinion on it or what, or who thinks who's stronger or any. I just sit there just for the simple thrill.
That's crazy.
Dude, I couldn't get into those shows. That or Naruto or like
Dude,
Yu-Gi-Oh. I never watched
Ivan recently
Yu-Gi-Oh.
got like he Ivan recently got me into Naruto and I finished it.
I left anime out of this. There's still quite a bit of stigma about it. Um, but big anime guy, I'll admit it right now. Not a big Dragon Ball guy though, so kind of
Hmm.
a bit of a twist there. But I understand
The
though.
twist on the
I
story.
just hate that he fucking never wins, man. He's always like There's always someone stronger than that fool. Like it's been 20 years,
That's the
bro.
point, bro. That's the point. Is he's looking for someone stronger, but he does get his
It's
ass
just
clapped a
like,
lot. He does get his
dude,
ass.
I'm just like,
If you look at the statistics on it, he has. I think the only person he's actually beaten. Because if you want to count Frieza, he beat Frieza, but Frieza came back. She didn't. He didn't really die. Cell took him and himself out. He beat Boo. Boo's the only one really that he beat. Got
it's
his ass
just like,
got his ass clapped by
just,
Jiren and Super, and then by
it's just,
Beerus.
I'm so over it, bro. Like, I'm like, it's just not even worth my time.
But yeah, no matter what, I will always watch Dragon Ball. I don't care.
Interesting.
Yeah,
So my
Marcus.
next guilty pleasure show, and I don't. Again, I want to kind of side with Ivan here. I don't know if it necessarily deserves to be in this category, but I think, for my opinion, this is where it's supposed to be at. And Alan's already said this, but Abbott Elementary. It is such a good show.
That shit is hilarious, bro.
It's such a good show. And oh man, I'm telling you, Alan, I think it's a show you would definitely like. Characters in there, hilarious, all of them. There's definitely some cringe moments in there, but my god, it is. It's top
Yeah.
tier comedy, especially
I've seen a couple episodes. It's
yeah,
pretty funny.
especially as one of the newer comedy shows that are out there right now. Hilarious. So that's my second guilty pleasure.
Mine, going on the way back machine, is something I'd watch a lot growing up.
Okay.
Thought about it a lot. Robin Big. I don't think they get enough credit.
Oh
I don't think they get enough credit.
yeah.
Good work, son. 22s. Phenomenal, dude. I used to love it. I'd watch the shit out of that. It was great, dude. I mean, RIP Big Black. Oh, dude, I used to love it. I used to laugh so hard. That show was so funny to me.
Yeah. No, I didn't start watching Robin Big until after I had started watching Fantasy Factory, and then I
Fantasy
went
Factory's
back.
all right. But
Yeah,
Robin Brig, the OG dude, is
yeah.
just absolutely ridiculous.
I gotta say though, Rob Dyrdek is a genius in how he markets himself, and oh, major props to that guy.
Yeah.
He's a
Plays
genius.
rich as hell,
Yeah,
fool.
yeah,
Have you seen those like those memes on like Instagram? It's like when MTV just puts ridiculousness on repeat all weekend and just leaves.
yeah,
They literally, I remember in the weekends when growing up, they would have ridiculousness like the whole day for the whole
yeah.
weekend. They'd have like a marathon, and I'm like, damn. But yeah, I remember watching Fantasy Factory. That one was pretty cool. Um, was which one was the one when she got kicked in the fucking face?
Fantasy
Oh
Factory.
yeah, that's Fantasy Factory. Yeah,
Fantasy
Chanel West
Factory.
Coast. Yeah.
She's like, "You're such an asshole." I was like, "God damn, bro,
And
you're
they were
such a."
playing dodgeball.
Yeah, I was like, "You are."
Yeah.
He's like, "I meant to kick it over you." I was like, "No, you didn't,
What
bro."
were they called? The Dodging Devil Donkeys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt so bad for her, bro.
That's just hilarious.
Yeah. All right, Ellen. What you got next for us?
Um, so this one might be kind of crazy. This is
Okay.
uh, well, it's because I grew up. Growing up, I didn't grow up watching it, but growing up, I remember watching these and I thought they were so hilarious. I think it came out on MTV sometimes, and then they have movies of them now. So, but the TV series Jackass,
Dude.
There you go.
Fucking
the
I
TV
like the
series,
movie. I like the movies better,
the
but the
movies are
Yeah.
series
better.
was crazy.
The movies better are way better, but I got introduced to them on the TV series. And what they were like, I remember sitting there like watching these, and I'm like, "What the hell are they doing?" And then just like, "Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville, and welcome to Jackass." Boom! Or he'd do some stupid shit, and I'd be like laughing my ass off. Like at midnight, my mom was like, "What are you laughing at?" I'm like, "Nothing." So I will still watch the episodes, the movies too. I enjoy watching the movies.
Yeah, the
Um,
movie's goaded.
but
Yeah, my favorite bits are always whenever they fucked with Phil.
yeah,
Oh, that was Viva La Bam.
No,
Well, they
well,
did it in
yeah,
Jackass
they
too.
did it a lot in Jackass.
I just
Yeah,
remember Bam would go in there and just start slamming him. He'd be like, "What
dude.
Bam,
the
he's,
hell, Bam?
Yeah.
he's like,
Bam!"
yeah. So speaking of Family Guy earlier, too, like Stewie, they did a bit on like where he goes in there and he beats Peter up, but
Oh god.
they pretty much just copied and pasted what Bam did to his dad. He's like. He's like, my name's Bam, and I'm gonna be beating my dad's ass all day today. And he goes in there, and he's like, Bam, 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 Bam. And he's like, stop, stop, stop. He's like, come on, Bam.
And he's like, "What the hell's wrong with you, Bam?"
But so Jackass, I always had some sort of pleasure watching that. Just hilarious. So
I like it. All right. My next guilty pleasure show is one of those reality dating shows, but it's not quite what you think. I see the
Is it
eye
Love on the
rolls.
Spectrum, dude?
It's Love on the Spectrum.
oh my god.
I see, and I feel like they're exploiting that. That's
No,
why
they're
I'm not a
not.
big like.
It's
Uh,
such a heartfelt
I
show.
should have put
Like,
that for hated, bro. But I mean, I guess I get
God,
it.
there's no way.
It's
I
like
guess I get it, but I just don't like how
I feel
like
like it's staged, bro. I feel like all these love shows are staged. Like I don't feel like they do it just for the clout. Like
No, this one's different. All right, it's
whatever.
so different. It's exploring the difficulties of dating. You know, and like, I mean, for a lot of these people, they have a hard time having these personal relationships and just kind of having that lifestyle that you and I are used to, and it's a beautiful show to watch. Honestly, it's very heartwarming. I get sad because sometimes they go on these speed dates and they'll come back and they'll get like no matches, and I'm like, damn, like I feel so bad for him. Like there's this one guy, James. He always goes on speed dates and he never gets a match. But things are looking up for my boy James, so I'm happy about that. It's a great show though. There are some standout people that have definitely taken the spotlight on that show. So you guys definitely got to check it out. Again, I know it's out there, and I don't know. I don't really think they're exploiting them, but again, that's just kind of how I see it. But
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
I think we need Alan to give us a
I did.
second opinion
I
later
watched
on.
2 or 3 episodes and I wasn't really fucking with it.
I haven't watched it. I don't really like watching TV series like that, but I mean, I'll give it a shot just to see what I think. But
Well, I'll
I'll
tell Wendy to
probably
watch it.
I'll probably have the same opinion on it too. I don't really like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. I never really enjoyed watching. Like
Well,
I
it's
don't
not
know.
really like The Bachelor or The
Well, it's
Bachelorette.
no,
It's
it's just
different.
because they have autism, bro. So like they bring two
Okay,
people that have autism together, and
okay, so that's why you're saying they're kind of exploiting them.
yeah,
Like
and
okay,
they make them like go on a date, and
well
They don't make them go on a date.
maybe they feel
They
comfortable enough to go on a date.
do they go on a date or not?
they go on a date, but they're not forced
Ah,
to
there
go
we
on the
go.
date.
Oh, these motherfuckers are like, I just want to find love. Like, they're gonna go on a date, bro.
Alan, just watch it and let us know what you think. You got to come back to us and let us know. So,
Okay. This is another childhood favorite TV show from TLC.
oh,
Robin
I know
Kate
exactly.
plus 8, baby. Woo! I used
Wait,
to
what'd you
love
say?
that show. Robin Kate plus 8.
Nope, John and Kate.
Is it John and Kate?
Yeah, it's John
Oh, I
and
thought it
Kate
was.
plus eight.
Man, I had it wrong. Well, there
Oh,
we
I
go.
remember that. I remember that TV
Yeah,
series. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Had 8 kids.
yeah,
Man, I thought it was Robin Kate.
yeah.
Well, my bad, guys. John and Kate plus 8. Dude, I would watch that show like crazy. I'd be stuck to it. I thought it was so good.
Going off of TLC, you know what show I used to always liked watching off of TLC?
Which
Which
one?
Uh,
one?
The Little Couple
Oh, uh,
Oh
with
my
the little
gosh.
okay.
Indian girl and the little Chinese boy. Do you know what I'm talking
That's
about?
exploiting right there.
Well, see, but
No,
there's
that is
another one
not.
too. There's another one. There's a family of little people too.
Yeah, they have a new
And they had
series of
two
it.
kids that were normal, and then
They have
one
a new,
was had dwarfism.
yeah,
They had a farm. I forgot what it was
they
called.
have it. They have a new series of it, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Well, I used to
yeah.
love John and Kate plus eight. I thought that show was gangster. Growing up,
Dude, Kate was such a bitch though. Like,
she
let's be real
was.
here. Let's be real. Like,
She was. She was an asshole to John.
yeah. And I mean, have you seen all the drama that's come out recently about that?
Yeah, like the kids are divided on her, and
Yeah, some crazy shit.
yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we
I
just
like
got
it.
the
I like
honorable
that.
mentions.
That's
Knock it
that's a
out.
good one though. That's a good guilty
Well,
pleasure.
I'll include one of them. I'll include that little couple as one of my good honorable mentions. But the last one that I do have, so the little couple, and then this is one more reality. I guess you could call it a reality TV because it's. I mean, real people are played in it. But Kitchen Nightmares with Gordon Ramsay.
That's such a good one. I love Kitchen Nightmares.
I love watching Kitchen Nightmares, bro. Like for some reason, I mean, I just it kind of grosses me out on how these kitchens are run. Some of these restaurants are run, but he goes in there and just to like fixes them, and some of them don't work out. Some of them don't work out. Some of them like they just you know they figured out that they're not in it for the right thing. And but
Yeah,
Kitchen Nightmares, I don't know if you have seen it. Not it's not Hell's Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen is where he has two teams fighting to like for one of them to run one of his restaurants or something.
that's
That's where
another good one though.
yeah, that is good, but that's the one where Idiot Sandwich comes from. But
Yeah,
Kitchen
Oh,
Kitchen Nightmares, he goes like all across America finding like some of the worst pervaded. There's one where he goes to like this Italian one that they're like microwaving pastas,
ugh,
and I'm like,
what a
is that the
disgrace.
one where that guy's like, "I ain't no bitch, chef"? Is that from there?
I think so.
And Gordon's like, "What the hell?"
But
Okay,
that is one of my that's so I got two. I won two of my honorable mentions right there.
have you seen Bar Rescue though?
Yes, I
I
have.
loved
I
it.
like that
I
one.
love
I
Bar
love
Rescue.
Bar Rescue and
Yeah.
John Taffer.
I think he's a
Man,
little. I think he tries to play his part too much sometimes.
he's definitely over the top.
He
Definitely over the
he
top. But
definitely seems like he can't. He definitely seems like he can take a punch.
oh yeah, yeah.
All right, I gotta go. I gotta go next because I'm about to piss myself.
Okay, all right, go.
Um. Then what did Marcus go after me? Um. I got two. Modern Family. I fucking love Modern Family.
Modern Family's good.
I think that
Yeah,
show's hilarious. I want to dance at the ballet. That fucking scene is hilarious. And then OG Man versus Food before they switched them out.
I don't think I ever
Oh,
watched the OG
I
one.
did watch. I did watch Man
Well, I
vs.
mean,
Food.
it's the same one, but the first guy quit after like or stepped off after like a couple seasons.
Who was the first guy?
I don't remember.
Oh, yeah,
You
I
have
Oh,
to
can't
look
remember
at
his
it.
name.
You have to look it up.
hmm. Yeah. And honestly, you know what? I don't even think I really watched Man versus Food too much. But
I did. I did. I enjoyed watching it. It was really good.
yeah. But should I go ahead and jump into my next guilty pleasure? Or should we wait for Ivan? What do you think?
I would say just jump into it.
Okay. So I only have one honorable mention for this round, and this is one. I don't know how people are going to perceive it because it's kind of out there, but it's Shameless, original Showtime show. But I started watching it when it went to Netflix.
Shameless is good. I've seen a lot of clips
Yeah.
of it. There's the one where I think my most favorite one is like where he's like the call or he's dating the guy's the daughter.
Oh yeah.
He's
And
he's like he's like how did you he's like, how did and he literally gets himself circumcised I think
yeah,
for her too, and then he's like they're
crazy
like
show.
they're like how do you give her chlamydia? He's like if you don't have chlamydia, he's like I don't know. He's like
Yeah.
we got something to tell you, and then he goes and gets tested and shows the officer. He's like I didn't give your daughter chlamydia.
Yeah. Yeah, as
Yeah.
he's like chasing him.
Yeah,
That's such a wild show. I mean,
it is
there's
pretty
so much
wild.
going on with it with the dad, Frank, and oh my god.
show's
Have you seen that
legit.
show, Ivan? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Heard you from the restroom. Yes, I did hear you.
yeah, yeah. Crazy show though.
Oh,
But that wraps up my guilty pleasure. Like I said, I only had the one, so no. I mean, it was definitely an interesting challenge going into this one because again, there's so many shows that I could still name off as like a favorite or as like a hidden gem. But again, we got to keep these lists to a certain amount. You can only be so many favorites, you know. We can't all
That's
be your favorite. But is there anything that you guys think that you should have swapped out on your list?
mm,
I feel like we left off a couple Hulu ones. Nobody said Shogun, and then nobody said the bear.
I almost put the bear, but yeah, again, I feel like there's just way too many shows out there.
Yeah.
Like there's
It's like
there's a shit ton.
it's like with the movies, man. The movies was, but I
Yeah,
feel like the TV shows was just way more difficult.
yeah.
TV shows was definitely something that I had to put a little more thought into, honestly.
Like
Just
another
like
show that I wanted to highlight because it's another one of my personal favorites up there. But it like Workaholics. Have you guys seen that one?
Uh,
It was on Comedy Central. Adam Devine was in it, but it's a funny
yeah,
show.
it's when he hangs himself and they find him.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
My God, I
He's like
almost
crying.
died.
is that is that where that part is from? Yeah, he's all
Yeah,
Yeah, that's where
he's
that
like,
comes from.
yeah,
I was so scared, I almost died.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think one
And
of
like
them.
another one, Sunny in Philadelphia. I thought Ivan may have thrown
I
that
haven't
out
watched
there.
it, but
Oh, you
no
haven't?
way. There is some clips from there. When he you see another one, he hangs himself and his neck is bleeding. Danny DeVito is just fucking swinging.
Yeah, yeah. Some good shows out there, man.
Show's
I don't know
crazy
if I've
too.
seen that show Hidden Boss, where like the boss of the CEOs like this is like a
Yeah,
Oh, Undercover Boss.
undercover boss. I think
Yeah,
I
I
like
know
that
what
one
you're
too.
talking about.
yeah. That's a good one too. But man, yeah. Like I said, definitely a lot of shows out there. Um, I
I
mean,
should have fucking.
honestly,
I should have put Ghost Adventures.
Ghostbusters.
dude, Ghost Adventures. Yeah,
Shows. I have to watch it during the day. I can't watch it at night because I live by myself.
What's that? Remember that growing up, Goosebumps,
yeah.
that
Goosebumps.
TV show? I hated Goosebumps, bro.
What?
Dun,
I
Why?
dun,
hate,
dun,
I
dun,
hated,
dun.
I hated the entrance to it, bro. It scared me as a kid. I was like, I
Oh
don't want to
yeah.
watch
Dun,
this.
dun, 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 dun.
And my brother would always want to be watching, and I'd freaking run out of the room. I'm like, nah, hell no, I'm not watching this.
Yeah, that's a good one though. I used to always read the books, and then I get excited
Never
to
read the
watch the
books.
episode.
The doll. I remember would always scare me. That fucking,
Yeah, Night of the Living Dummy.
yeah, that fucking puppet.
Yeah,
Fuck that puppet.
It's hilarious.
man. Yeah, ton of shows we could have covered honestly, but I think we had some solid picks here, Alan. We've definitely learned that on both the movie side and TV show side, you got to expand your horizons a little bit more. There's some good stuff you're missing out there for sure.
For sure, for sure. I'll give y'all that. I'm more of a just
Yeah.
family guy. I'll probably learn
Yeah,
if I'm not watching wrestling, if I'm not watching Family Guy, if I'm not watching George Lopez, I don't know what else I'm watching.
you know, I'm surprised you didn't put wrestling in there as like a show because that's like a show, right?
I mean, yeah,
George Lopez is still so crazy.
Yeah,
George
Like,
Lopez, bro. George Lopez, I love George Lopez, bro. I'll sit there and binge watch it over and over and over and over and over. Luckily, it's on Peacock, so
yeah,
this dude.
same thing with Family Guy. Family Guy will sit there and start it from season one, episode one, and then. Did you know that
really.
Family Guy the pilot just actually got found? The half
I saw that. Yeah,
the pilot was actually lost for the longest time, and they finally found it.
yeah, I did see that. It was lost media. Yes,
Well,
we
yes,
will be posting the list of our shows on our Instagram as well as our TikTok. Not our TikTok. I'm sorry, our Twitter. So for those of you that are not following us, if you haven't noticed yet, we have a nice little blue bar at the top of the screen tonight that has all of our social media handles there, as well as our YouTube link. So check that out. We will be putting that out. I'll be honest, I don't know if that's going to come out tonight or if that will come out sometime tomorrow, but it will be coming out. And if you guys missed our movie episode, we also have that list out there as well. So you guys have those to check out. Get some time, look at our list. Maybe there's a show or a movie you haven't seen. Check them out. I think we all put some really good stuff out there. And yeah, definitely some shows and movies that deserve to be watched that probably aren't as watched. So definitely give those a check. But no, I think that's a good point to wrap it up, guys. What do y'all think?
Of course. Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Fine by me.
So just a little heads up for you guys, we will not be going live this Thursday for our weekly update show. We're going to try and get that started in the up and coming weeks, but just want to let you guys know that. And we will be back next week at our usual time, 7 p.m. on Tuesdays. That is, of course, if we don't have any technical issues. But we'll keep you guys updated as far as that goes, day of. But no, just be on the lookout for our future episodes. If you guys missed some and you want to go back and check them out, again, our YouTube has all of those videos there for you guys to enjoy from this iteration of Bar Talk Live, as well as from whenever we used to do it like 3 years ago. So you guys definitely give that a check. And yeah, that's it for me, boys.
I know my list wasn't as good as y'all's, but y'all, if y'all want a child's version of a good TV shows list, that's probably what it is. But I hope y'all enjoyed it.
I'm good here. So happy with what I had.
All right.